So stop.
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Wow! Hey everybody! We're here. Yes, and I'm awake, and I've had like 2 cups of coffee so far, so if I'm hyper, you know why. Good morning. I'm Raven.
I'm Howie the Hitman Odell.
And I'm Joni. How are you guys?
I'm fantastic. How are you guys today?
I'm fabulous.
Awake.
Oh,
Awake.
awake?
Yeah, I'm kind of awake a little.
Well, I've already had 2 cups of coffee. I am really good and ready to go.
She's the one that's going to be bouncing around this morning.
Good. She can bounce.
Well, it wasn't feeling good, you know. I think one of the shows I was like, so now I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Your turn, right?
Yes.
Let's get out there and say hi to everybody first. Everybody that's tuning in. Sandra, hello. Jeannie, hello. Welcome. Ariana, be safe. Ariana, let's talk about that real quick. Can we? Let's talk about that. With her first show and her coming back to the network, I think that show fits this network absolutely perfect.
Yes, I loved it.
She gave the energy. There was so much love in her show.
Yep.
You could really feel how she's come into her own, and now it's kind of like she is where we should have been. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And where this network should have been or heading, that's where we are now. And I just want to give props to Ariana. He had a wonderful show yesterday morning. A little bit of hiccups, and she's going to work through that. But for a first time show, it was touching, and I think that's
it was. I actually watched it, and I was a little teary, but it was good tears. You know, it was good tears because I got my mom right here in the office with me, but it was very happy tears. It was like, that makes sense. And part of it, what she was saying through her poetry, made me feel better. That's what I liked about it.
I think that's what you're going to find in her poetry. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
It can be dark, it can be light, but you can feel the emotion. If anybody can, go check out her pages. She does amazing artwork and she does amazing poetry. So definitely check out. And her husband is an amazing man as well. So you definitely check them. They're on their way. Like they just said a few minutes ago, they are on their way to Dark History and HorrorCon. So, she's going to be representing there a little bit and giving out their thing. So I definitely want to make sure that she was talked about this morning.
Yeah.
The following shows, we usually talk about those new shows. And just like Lisa and Lisa, their past show, they had a really powerful show this past week too.
Yeah.
So if people missed the show or if they were working, they can, of course, watch it on YouTube.
That's right.
So definitely go
in, Ashley.
And like the YouTube channel, subscribe, and you will get notice when Ariana comes on.
Yeah.
Or all of us come on, actually.
Like, subscribe to all the channels.
I'm going to do it for her. I have to do it for her.
Okay.
It's Ariana.
Ariana.
And no, everybody says Ariana. I did it for the longest time, and she was my freaking co-host. But finally, I got it. It's actually Ariana.
Ariana. Oh, Anna, A-N-A. Okay.
Depending on where you live in the country, maybe.
That's a good point because my accent's worried.
Yeah. I mean, down south, well, I'm south, I think it would be Ariana. Maybe.
You would think, yeah. Well,
Well, we're East Coast, kind of New Bedford. We butcher everything.
You East Coast would say Ariana. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's Ariana.
Ariana.
That's East Coast.
Is it?
Yeah, south of
I don't know. We butcher everything up here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say car, but everybody else over here says car.
Oh, yeah, yours is very east. You're east.
We're all east. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm like way up east in Boston where people don't care what they do on the sidewalk.
Yeah, we kind of do this. Weren't. Because from you to Joni to right across to me. It's wing, wing.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm lower than. I'm farther south than anybody, I think.
And I'm up towards the Cape.
Yeah, I'm the south one. I
That's a
think.
good point. So I guess it does come straight down and then over.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
up towards the Cape.
Ariana says, "I'm in the Midwest, Amish country, where I am in right now. I'm in Masonite country. So this is interesting."
It is.
Ashley, my grandma says,
Ah, khakis
khakis and khaki.
instead of car keys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's saying Facebook user is saying, "Hey,
Is it
hello,
Gail?
Jeannie, how you doing?" So
Yeah,
Facebook
it's
user, if you
Gail.
click the link under Ed Odell, you
Yep.
need to give Restream permission. If you are over on the Travelers page, I did have to backtrack it, delete it, put it back on. So you might have to re-give the permission because it wasn't showing any comments. So I
Yeah.
went in and I did some tweaking with that. So click
Well,
that
Susan,
link, give Restream permission.
Gail is also checking us out from the Rift Travelers page. So I'm not sure if there's another thing with that again or not.
All
But
right.
hey, Gail, thank you for joining us today. General chat and conversation. Yes. So I know you had put up a lot of comments or ideas for the show today and
Yeah.
talking, but one of the things that I wanted to bring to the attention of today's show is I think it's something that needs to really be talked about: self-love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
And then before we get started, if you are interested in doing your show, especially if you're very interested and have a lot of background in depression, anxiety, or human trafficking, or in emotional status, contact us. We are looking for a host or hostess to put on a new show that deals specifically with abuse, deals specifically with emotions, etc. So if you're
Oh, yeah.
out there and you're listening, contact me, contact Susan, go through the Rift Nation Network fan page on Facebook. Let us know and let's talk. Hey, Miss Judy.
That
Yeah,
would be a super
I
show.
agree. I mean, I did a test show just, for poops and giggles. I didn't say the other word. Yay, for poops and giggles.
Yes.
So, and it was popular. So, yeah, guys, we really need a host for that. I
Yeah,
think there's a big need for that, and it would provide a lot of help for a lot of people.
I agree. I
Yeah.
think that's why I brought up self-love, because a lot of manipulation, a lot of abuse comes from when we don't think we can love ourselves enough and somebody does it for us, but it's always the wrong way.
Now I can see. Sorry.
Correct.
Yeah. Depression, anxiety, DV survivor here.
Yeah.
Jeannie will touch base with us if you're interested, and let's chat. I mean, we're really looking for a hostess, we really want to put this show on. This will add to the group.
Really, Dean, if you want to do a show,
I think it's so needed,
Yeah.
especially now. I think it would be a great show.
yeah, I mean everything like survivors, including like losses. When you're talking about losses, depression, anxiety, can you imagine the amount of anxiety people went through during like the COVID when you couldn't go out? Small businesses, they lost everything. I know some businesses around here that have been open for years. Like my grandparents used to go there, and they're gone. Yeah.
Loads of info on self-love. We'll drop it in there, Gail. Let's rock and roll this. Talking about COVID, it was good and bad, and I'm going to tell you why. I think for those that are in a questionable relationship, it put the boundaries on that relationship and made both parties realize this is not what they wanted to do.
Exactly.
And forced them, back in the early 1900s and earlier than that, we were forced to be with each other for long periods of time. That's how we survived, planteering and etc. So it was there. But it was a different breed back then.
Yeah.
And like we said before, we rush to get into a relationship now. And I think that has to do a lot with self-love.
Bingo. I agree with you. It really does.
I think there were a lot of silver linings with lockdowns. I think, well, for starters, that I think there's always silver linings in everything if you look for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Especially with relationships.
Oh yeah, I mean it really did. But as far as like self love, one of the issues with relationships, if we don't have that love of self, we're gonna jump into a relationship because that's what we're lacking. That's a big issue right there. So because we lack that love, we're gonna go out and look for it and say, okay, that one looks good, let's go. And it doesn't matter if it's a good fit or not because part of us are lacking that self love, and that's some of the mistakes we make.
So how do we get there?
Yeah. Well,
You know,
you have to like yourself first.
I think
You
you have.
have to learn to forgive yourself.
Mhm. You have to create your independent individuality.
Yes,
You have to focus on your own art. What made you to begin with,
exactly.
and you embrace everything that is you, um, and you don't be worrying about what people say and what people. Hey, Julia, good morning. Ah, Julia Shea has a wonderful podcast. And with her and her husband, her wonderful husband, I want to give her props. I see she's dropping love, dropping some love. Hey, Julia, if you hit the hyperlink, the little blue hyperlink that's right below in the chat, we'll be able to see your name. You just give them permission for
Yeah,
uh, Restream to use your name profile. But good morning and thank you for joining us.
yeah.
Um, hey, good morning, Keith. What's going on, man? Thank you, sir.
Hey,
Thank you.
what's up, Keith?
Joe. So, a major part of self love, you guys, is how we treat our bodies. You
Sure.
know, I'm going to say this. If you're in bad health, if you got um, even mental issues, if you got physical issues, if you don't take care of that part of yourself, you're not going to be any good to anybody else. You're harming your own self.
Right.
For instance, if you have heart issues, the food you eat, the people you come in contact with
Yep. Yep.
affects your cycle.
Hold on.
You
Yeah, I
have
agree.
Yeah, you have to recognize the cycle. Most that have been abused see sex as the only form of love. And I agree.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like that, unfortunately, and it's sad. But some of those people turn into manipulators too.
Yeah, they will.
And they don't know it. A lot of them, I think, just don't realize what they're doing in a relationship, especially in a relationship, and they don't realize they're doing it.
Mhm. You know, I, that's a very valid point. When we see somebody go through abuse, uh, mentally or physically, sexually or emotionally, however it be, what we recognize and see is sometimes what that pattern that attracted that abuser, that individual returns back to that pattern because they think that makes them happier.
Yes.
You know, I sometimes people have a hard time with change, and we yeah, right. We have to change sometimes to make ourselves better, to make us happy. You know, makeup doesn't do it. A hairstyle is not going to do it.
No,
Tattoos aren't going to do it. That's
no,
just like a covering or a band-aid for something that's really inside you.
Exactly. Go out for that walk. Walking is great exercise, it really is. And around here it's hard not to use headphones because of the amount of traffic in the city, but if you can get out to the country and just listen to nature and take a nice walk, it really does uplift you, and you're getting the exercise that you need.
Well, the crazy part about that is it's a catch-22. There are people who actually thrive in a city atmosphere comparatively to a country atmosphere.
I'd rather be in a country.
Oh, I agree.
I'm just stuck here right now.
Joni's being really quiet.
I know. I'm listening.
She's comprehending. I'm taking it in, you
I'm
bastard.
taking it in. I'm listening. I don't
Um,
know. I'm in the country, so I mean, I'm country suburbs, but it's country.
well,
Yeah.
see, I think all three of us are indifferent. See, I'm in the city, but I prefer to be in the mountains where I am right now. I prefer to be here. This is my home.
See, and I'm in the city, and I grew up on the ocean on a private beach.
See,
I prefer that. Never going to see it, but I prefer that.
I'm never going to see until a tidal wave or a tsunami.
Yeah.
Yeah, until the hurricane
One of
comes.
the East Coast falls,
Right?
I'm good.
Well, careful what
Until
you
this
say.
week, next week, when the hurricane hits, what, Boston?
Yeah.
Hello.
It's going to come in
That's where I'm at.
storm. It's supposed to
Coming
come
right
in.
towards me, and if it hits
No.
the way that what was it? The 1954 hurricane hit. We're up deep. We're in deep.
Yeah.
Okay, and where I'm at now, not safe. Where I can go, I have no idea.
You just go.
Yeah.
You go.
Place.
You go where they tell you.
Yeah. So we'll see what
You
happens.
Get out.
Well, I would have to bring Vanjie with me, so
Oh,
I don't know if she'd leave. It's her car.
She would have to leave.
Yeah, so I don't know. So right now, I mean, I can see the water from my window, but we'll see what happens.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully it'll turn.
Okay, no negative news. We're talking about love. No stress.
Thank you. I'm like,
Love.
come on, guys.
Sorry. Love. Sorry. You brought that up, and it brought up my anxiety. Somebody really needs to host the show for that. Okay? Because it brought up my anxiety of saying, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I got the dog. I got to make sure I got dog food. I got this. I got that. So please, guys, come on. You can do this.
Well, that's one way to deal with anxiety is get plan.
Yeah.
Don't wait until the day or two ahead of time. If you need dog food, get it now. You're going to always use it. And
I think if we could put, I know there's nothing about love, but if we could put like plywood on the windows, I would feel better. But we can't do that yet.
You know, maybe we should start looking at special news episodes in the future.
Yeah, so sorry.
You know, no, it's a great idea.
You brought it up, and now my mouth wants to keep spewing my worries.
Yeah,
so let's talk about love.
You know, there's a lot of things that, well, you know, here's a passion. Weather's a passion. Weather encourages emotions. Let me read this from. Let's keep up on our chat. Ariana says, "I hope to talk about domestic abuse a bit on my show in October. Gene, I'm a survivor as well. October is Domestic Abuse Awareness Month. Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Jeannie drops in and says, shadow work. Oh, I like this woman already. Shadow work.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Finding yourself and looking at your patterns and realizing what you give is taking, and you deserve to have them same in return, giving back as you put in. 100% agree with that comment.
Yeah.
She also says, replying to Ariana, I have been abused in every relationship until I was 42, trying to feel loved. Single, 12 years working on myself. And see, you know, sometimes you know what?
Right.
I agree. Sometimes you need to stop dating. Or stop getting into these serious relationships and find why is it not working.
Yeah,
Find the roots.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I was single for a long time as well while I worked on myself. I mean, I'm not perfect, still have issues, still have things that I'm working on. Listening would be a really good one, but I still have things I'm working on. But, you know, it's a thing that you have to do. You just keep going. You keep working on self. I agree.
Well, and the other thing is, and Joni, back me up on this one if you can, is you also want to find that person that's going to support you and you help them grow as you grow. You want to find that person.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I agree so much with what she's saying, because if you don't find that cycle and break it as to why you're continuing into the same type of relationship,
Exactly.
it's going to repeat. It's a cycle that you have to work on and figure out why you're doing it. Why are you attracting that type of person?
Right.
Is that what you're putting out? Look at yourself. And like you say, that's part of self-love.
Yes.
Working on yourself.
Yes. Because a lot of individuals will blame that one, blame this one, blame that one, but they're not looking within themselves to see if it's something or some type of energy that you're putting out or something you're doing yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then they lash out to friends, and then unfortunately both parties are made look bad because they're lashing out.
Yeah.
instead of saying, okay, hey, this is not the right thing.
Exactly.
Just accept it and say, okay, well, you know what? You're right. But what did I do in this relationship? In finding what you did, you're finding your self-love. You're finding your positive and your negative. And that's what we really need to focus on now. I think in society today, that's why there's a lot of anger issues. Because so many people are not happy with self.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah, how often now do we see they're chatting among themselves? I'm gonna let them do
Yeah,
it.
they are.
Yeah, I love that. How often do we see now? Okay, I will say this. They're in the area that I'm in right now. Okay, let's just say from Roanoke to Richmond to Raleigh. Okay, Triangle.
Right.
I have seen in the last year, in general public, people are being more friendly. They're using their manners. And it doesn't care. It doesn't matter about the color, race, religion. They're acknowledging and they're smiling and holding the door for each other again. They're saying good morning. But there's an outskirts like on the highways. Oh, I mean, we're not even going negative, or others that there's still so much tension. I think we're seeing that a lot in commerce right now. There's a lot of tension in commerce, and I think that's affecting. So because they don't have the time to breathe, and when I say commerce, shipping, no matter what it is, okay, boat, truck, plane, automobile, I don't care. It's really high tense right now.
Right.
And I'm driving, and I have so much to say. That's why we love you, girl. It's the fact is we tend to forget. All right, this is a catch-22. Here we go with that double-edged sword again. We want to work on self, right?
Right.
But we tend to forget how to respond to others, not because we're focusing on self, but because we're focusing on everything around us. That's one of the problems.
Yes.
There's too many of, I see this, I want that, or there's too much of, I got to reach out to everything. And you're forgetting about self, which means you lower your boundaries. You're lowering self. You're lowering your guard on yourself.
Yes.
Which encourages negative behavior.
Yep.
It does. And I think too, astrologically, we shifted into what's a Libra. We've got a lot of Libra going on right now. Libra is others. Aries is self. So when we shift into that, because here we are such a me society, that when an energy shift comes in like a Libra, people are lost because it's all about I did this, or this is me, or this is I. We are shifting into a we energy pattern for the next 18 months.
Yeah.
So I people, enough about me, let's talk about me some more. I people are really kind of out of sorts right now because the energy has shifted to we or other.
So that's why some people in the building have been going a little nuts.
Well, we just had that major shift.
Yeah.
It's every 18 months.
Wow.
We were in Scorpio Taurus. Now we're in Aries Libra. And when we shift into a Libra is all about relationships and partnerships and others. Right. So the I people and I things are not that bad. It's not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But you'll see conversations that are not so much as I. You're going to see more of we as a collective because the energy shifts, which is a good thing, I think.
I love that, Sandra. Oi, oi, oi.
Oi. I'm looking, I'm saying, what is that?
I knew exactly what she was doing. It's really interesting because she asked, let me get my directions right. She had asked, you know, our lineage. Okay, Susan had brought up the what does astrology, numerology, psychology match up together?
Yes.
And I think that's what we're talking about. Numerology. We haven't even talked about numerology yet. We just hit the astrology. Numerology also fits in life, but we don't pay attention. It goes back to not paying attention to self again. You're not looking at the signs. What in the world are you doing?
Oh, I could have sworn there was a spot on my screen, but it's not. It's a spot I see behind.
I don't see it.
I don't see a spot.
It's gotta be a spot on my computer screen. It's like I want to sit here and clean it up.
What?
I don't know. I'm just really goofy today, but as far as numerology, I've had this book for a while and I get random numbers in my head, and there has to be a reason. There's got to be some reason I get this. I'm supposed to help somebody somehow. So I started researching numerology and love styles. So, it's just like certain numbers that have coincide with, say, your name and things like that. So I looked up a bunch of different things, and I did all the adding and everything else you're supposed to do to figure out certain love styles based either on your first name or your first and last name. That's your love style compatibility styles. But I was looking up a bunch of stuff about that. I mean, there's got to be something I'm supposed to do with these numbers to help somebody.
Well, that's why I did not really get into your show. Hey, good morning, Cheryl. I wanted to. Good morning, Sue and others. Oh, Joni.
Hey, Cheryl.
Others. Cheryl, really? Joni, we're just others now. We see how it is. We see. Come on.
We'll be others. We'll be others.
We're the others. I'm
Okay,
just
you didn't get into whose show? What?
What's that?
You said you didn't get into whose show?
Oh, this past week's show?
Oh, the readings?
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, look, I'll let you ride. I love the fact that our host and hostess can come support each other, but I know I can throw out a lot of information really quick. I'm like, it tries to help, but it's you're doing you're doing self-love. You're learning.
Yes.
You're understanding, and you're pulling that in. So
yeah, I'm trying to.
We're not just talking about you guys. We're talking about us too. Look.
Yeah.
By all means, I took a whole year.
I'm trying to learn how to help people better. And I'm also trying to learn when to keep mouths shut, when to actually open it. Oh, and I'm learning to open my ears a little bit more. Don't worry, they're clean now.
That's 13.
See, that's the thing. I can pick on myself as much as I want. Why? Because I know I'm not perfect as an individual. I know I will screw up here and there. But you know what? The people that truly love me will know that it's okay and I'll fix it. Yeah. They go with the flow. They're like, okay, she'll fix this. Okay, we'll just tell her to cut the cord, So they just go with the flow with me and I figure it out eventually. And it's like, okay, step back, see what else we can do to help people.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What? I can pick on there's nothing wrong with picking on yourself.
No, I mean,
if you can pick on yourself, you love yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know I look like Shrek on crack. I'm good with that, I'm like Shrek had a baby with Yoda.
What?
Yeah, look, man.
What are you talking about?
Look, I got the lines. I got lines like Yoda, and I got the ears.
I don't see the lines.
I don't see any lines.
Oh, good. That means the camera is far away, and that's a good thing. We don't need to see them.
Boy, Cheryl, we're just picking on you, honey. I don't know everyone's name. Sorry, I've known Sue for over 20 years. Howie is that way.
That way.
Okay, that way. And Joni is that way. That way.
We'll get this direction thing down.
It's backward.
I want to drop into here. Gail drops. It says, the I in me thing were hard for me, but very needed.
Yeah.
The shift is feeling super for me. I am the one who always wants to help and heal the others.
Yep.
Virgo, Libra. And that's the thing.
I know.
For those people who are out there that take care of everybody else and forget about themselves. Right. This is the time you need to reverse that Look at you. Look at your situation. Where's your economic? Where's your living? Where's your spiritual? Where's your emotional base?
All right.
Stop worrying about everybody else for just a little bit and worry about self. That's
And
what we're.
that's atypical of Libra.
Yeah.
Very atypical. You
I
know,
Keith drops the 1111 and the 4444. New beginnings or new starting. Another powerful number that I have been seizing. Hi, Caesar.
seize it.
I'm gonna seize it, baby.
Seize it.
Is 5. I've seen the 5-5, the 5-5-5, and the 5-5-5-5-5. So I'm like, okay, I see that. See, I see, and psychologically speaking, before we go any further, on the scientific side, they say anyone who looks for signs, it's general medical field. If you look for signs, if you think you're reading license plates, if something comes out, they say you're pretty much have a mental disorder. Really?
What?
Damn.
Yeah, it's
So no more making words out of the letters on the license plate, then, huh?
yeah. If it comes across and said you're screwed and it passes you and you look down and you see it, supposedly if you think that has to do with you, you're in a mental disorder.
You know what? But
we don't
isn't it
listen to
work
them
like
anymore
that? So
anyway.
what?
It's like rolling the dice.
Yes.
We don't listen to them.
No.
No.
I mean, they talk about how it's all nanoscience and all that.
Yeah.
And, neoscience, it might be, but you know what? The truth is sometimes, okay, you just put it there. I'm going to
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I'm going to say that, Yeah, and I agree with you. Look at Einstein,
Yes.
look at Tesla, look at, so many of our amazing people in the past. And if they weren't the way they were, we wouldn't have half the stuff. Hey,
Right.
you get out of that food, young lady. Sorry, y'all. You can get up here if you want. Come on.
Okay.
I got a partner in crime with me right now. Hi, Miss Molly.
Oh, yay.
Miss Molly.
Oh, I can see the shadow of her.
Yeah, I should.
Aw.
You want to say hi? Yeah. All right. Hold on. Stop. We'll go. Ew. What are you doing?
Hi.
Hey, hi.
What you doing?
Hello.
Hi. I'm a doggy lady too.
Yeah. She's a
Hi. What? You getting jealous because I'm talking to another dog?
I'm on.
Fine.
No, right now. No, right now. Go get in bed with Mama. She just pops down. She goes, nope.
What? Are you jealous? Really? Okay, fine. Come on.
Phil said that would be me, always helping others. And that's a good point. And see, we have to break the cycle.
Yeah.
For us to grow, we have to break that psychological, that need
Yes.
to help others
Yeah.
and start remembering self again. We really do. That would be me.
And it's balance. It's all about balance.
Yeah.
It's all about balance. And there were times that I thought, I got to do this, I got to do that for people, got to do that. That was me avoiding what was really wrong with me as well. Because when I'm so busy
we all have a
helping
tendency to do
others,
that.
then I can ignore what I needed to work on.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was like, wait a minute. So it's all about balance. Balance.
Yeah.
Gail says, going through what I went through the last year and half working on self, and I have found the correct way to help others,
Right.
which in turn will help me. Thank you. Perfectly said.
Exactly.
Sandy drops in and says, somebody just said, awesome, love my brother. All right, we'll check you out, whoever that is. Hold on. Who just said, love my brother? I was like, oh, it's my sister. It's literally my sister. Yeah, it's my real sister, actually.
Hey, sis.
Hi, sis.
um,
That's funny.
This Gail, she responds to this Gail, double Libra.
Yeah.
It's got a constant justifying even your emotional states. Yikes. Find the balance. And of course, I'm going to put it there. Gail, I know you're probably not on for much, but there's a blue hyperlink. I'll put it here. If you wish to be seen, you do need to click this link, and it allows you to be seen on the restream as your name and profile. It's just
you have to give Restream permission.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't show your name. I think that's polite of them, though.
It is. It's not automatic just throwing your name up. I mean, it is kind of a safeguard. That's why I never have complained about it. I'm like, I don't understand it, but now I kind of do.
Yeah.
I think it's nice too.
Yeah. So in this aspect of we're reaching out, we're understanding, and I love these comments. I love it when the travelers are in here because they're just like, hey, bow, bow, bow. And, our co-host, Keith Ottersberg, he's always really on target. He's helping, and like this morning, he was able to drop in some stuff. And that's, we're supportive. That's the one thing that I love. I'm not just going to talk about the network, but right now on this show, we support others. We want to encourage people. We want you to learn from your mistakes and learn from our mistakes.
For sure.
That's why we do this show.
Yes.
Right? We've got to accept. Remember oh God, what did she put?
Uh-oh.
No.
My brother's a rock star. He'll explain to me later.
I will.
That's so sweet.
I'm no rock star by any means, but
that's so sweet.
She just dropped in here. Gail said, I just did that when the show started. Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Odie.
Odie.
What's really funny is that was my nickname back in school, Odie.
Odie?
Yeah,
Otis.
The little dog from Garfield.
Oh,
Odie. That's
Odie.
right.
That's right. He's actually named after Otis Air Force Base.
Odie.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, so here we are. We're at this point where we're talking about self-love. We're expanding. We're looking at each other. We're talking to each other. That's one of the big things is communication. Talking to others. What do they see in you? What will they help you with to help you grow? And we've got to stop this ego part of it. Ed equals Howie.
Yes, Ed is Howie.
All right. So yes, that's me. Let me explain that real quick. So my real name is Edson Howard Odell. I go by Ed now, but I usually go by Howie. There's a reason. My Facebook account got hacked and taken over. I'm not going into the gist of it. So I embraced my first name, and I'm actually embracing it now. So yes, people that know me about Howie, but I'm actually going by Ed. All done. We're back.
Or Odie. I like Odie.
Odie Duck.
There you go. There you go.
I like
Howard the Duck.
I think we have a new name.
Howard the Duck.
Howie the Duck.
Yeah, that's technically my
Howard.
Howard.
Howard
the Duck.
Yes.
Anyway,
that was it.
Back on track.
Yeah. Okay.
So when we are able to use balance, and I love the fact that y'all brought the balance thing out.
Yeah. For sure.
I think we need to take lessons from the past of different cultures to understand self now. You said balance. The first book ever written was the Book of Tao. And it talks about that. It talks about how can you live the most perfect life in understanding. And if you go read that, it makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to use a phrase out of it, if I may. Watch this. Are y'all ready?
Ready.
So you see my cup.
Yes.
And some people may want my cup. Right?
Yes.
But if you don't see my cup, you want nothing.
No, I still want your cup. I've seen it already.
But you've never seen it.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So here's a lesson from Tao. When we talk our greed and what we want our greed, you take greed away by not exposing who or what you have. Therefore, no one wants what you have because they do not know what you have.
It's true. It's true.
Uh,
Yes, and that's true in relationships, If you have a very well balanced, happy relationship, there are a lot of individuals that can become jealous and almost like gossipy about it to try to get it not so happy and balanced. But the true solid couples, it doesn't work.
right. People, certain personality traits get power off division and manipulation.
Yes.
So if they can divide and conquer, that
Yes.
gives them power. They feel powerful.
Yes.
Now that might be, got a lot of hiccup going on. Whew. That may be true for rockety relationships. And if they are showing that, then maybe there is more of a problem and those two aren't paying attention to it.
Exactly.
So if somebody comes along and speaks in ear, hey, the ear, the triangle here goes to you, goes to her, comes up to me. If you're not strong in faith and relationship, that will tear it up.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Good
that's
morning, Linda.
needless jealousy. Literally, needless jealousy is ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Best thing to do is not talk about your relationship to too many people who want to sink your ship. Well, they could try, but it wouldn't happen. I own duct tape. Fixes everything.
Super glue. We got to get Joni laughing.
Joni, you look confused. Oh, there was this show where. All right, I love you. Get down. So there was this show where they say duct tape fix everything. There was a hole in the boat. They fixed it with duct tape. They put it out in the water. It didn't sink. It worked.
Oh, agree with that with Jeannie.
Yeah.
Always communicate. Always.
Yep. Kitty. Good thing I put Otis down.
Hey, hello, good morning. Hey,
Judy, where's your stuffed doggy?
that bugs.
Where's your little?
Look at her
little
looking at
puppet?
you. She's
Yeah.
talking to you, Howie.
I know.
Yeah.
I got the other one over here too. I got all three of them in here right now.
Oh, look at her.
Wow. She will.
Look at me.
Watch.
Meow. Meow.
She's looking at y'all like, what the fudge?
Meow. Wow. Otis, there's no cat here. It's me. I swear to God.
Oh, she's darling.
That was baby. That's Miss Bugs. And then we got Miss Gracie over there. That's my personality cat. My turn. I'm showing my animals today, huh?
Yeah.
So that's a good point. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to drop back in there real quick. Best thing to do is not talk about what relationships to many people who want to sink the ships. Always communicate. And I agree. I just wanted to bring that back up.
Yeah.
Duct tape. Caught my duck. Yes, baby. What?
Caught many a duck.
Caught me a duck. Hey, should I take offense to? No. What are you doing? So I think what we're understanding is we have to relearn. We really do. We have to relearn. Take the time to learn self. I think that's a major thing.
Yeah.
Learning self. And they're right. Everybody's right this morning. And I want to thank everybody for making your comments and put it in there. It does take shadow work. It does take self-reflection, inner thought. And we're not perfect, you guys. There's going to be weeks, maybe even a month that you're just off. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's tough work. It's hard. It's tough.
Smack one.
The cat.
She is too. Look at her.
She's a silly one. Hey, are you happy now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dog does that. Pat me. Pat me.
That's so cute.
Pat
Hey,
me.
what's your
Pat
claw?
me.
I got 3 of them. The Molly does the same thing too.
Yeah.
So,
Here we go again.
Oh, she's so funny.
See, this is love.
Yeah.
Okay? The cat loves your attention, but the cat loves you too. He's showing that, yes, I love you. So that's love.
And you know, that's one thing that's a good point that we should talk about real quick.
Yeah.
Is if you're feeling that void in your life and you get a companion, they will help you. They will open you up, especially if
They
you
will.
off. Yeah. Yes, she is. She's Siamese. She has a mix of Siamese and I forgot what the other one was. Both of them are Siamese, actually. We are 2 Siamese kitties. Yeah. It's crazy.
She's darling.
Oh my God.
So I'm just gonna leave this here and forget it. So I think what we really should be focusing is, again, we need to reflect on our past, reflect on self.
Yeah.
Where are the damages, the cracks? That's what I've been. The cracks. The cracks. That is where we allow people's negative influence in, and the cracks are where we still get self-doubt, where
Yes.
we, you know,
Yes.
I'm not good enough, or I'm not pretty enough, or I don't do this enough, or I don't do this right, or I'm just not, you know, I'm not worth. Self.
Worth.
Self-worth. Yeah.
There's your key. Self-worth.
Yeah. It's a difficult thing to do because a lot of individuals will put on what is known as a false front.
Mhm.
They'll pretend to be somebody, but deep down inside, a part of them feels like they're not good enough. They're not this, they're not that. But when they're putting their front out there, they're acting like somebody different. So it does make it difficult for people to actually see in the true person.
Mhm.
So that creates issues.
It does. And it's mainly because they're hiding themselves for either because they're ashamed of something they've done in the past,
Yeah.
or past afflictions. Oh, that's good. Yes.
Yeah.
Where, again, we were just talking, yet it was sexual or physical and mental abuse.
Yep.
And they put on this front for somebody because they're hoping that somebody can fix them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's
Or
like
they might
the
fix them.
past affects how you react.
Yeah.
So you need to get over the past. And a lot of individuals don't want to look at it.
No.
They really don't.
No.
So even me, I still have things I'm working on myself. I'm not perfect. You know, I don't claim to be. I can tell you what I've been through and how I got there to help somebody. But, you know, maybe that's why I still screw up.
And you know, Howie, I think that kind of a show would be phenomenal because
Yeah.
a lot of everything that we've talked about leads to anxiety. It
Yeah.
leads to depression. And I think for a weekly show that a lot of DV people and traumatic victims, I think it would be a wonderful show just for healing, for them to talk about their experiences.
I
think it would
really,
be a wonderful idea.
100%. I 100% agree with you.
I think
A
it
lot
would be
of
good
individuals out
too.
there need it.
I do. I think it'd be a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would separate this show from that particular show. And I
Yeah.
think that's really because we want to really focus on helping people. We want to focus on the love aspect, and we want to focus on lifting and emotionally encouraging and doing love. Again, let's put it out there. If you want your love chart done, reach out to us.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You know, if you want
Synastry
your love
charts.
reading,
Definitely.
They're fun.
yeah.
They're a lot
If
of fun.
Oh, yeah. And Joni, I call her the astrology queen. She hates the title, but it's what I call her.
But you
I
know, I
love the
think,
way she puts things together. I
but you
really
know,
do.
but I think society too. I think when people say, "Hey, it's okay to talk about what you went through," but
Right.
people need to a place and somebody to facilitate that and tell them, "Hey, it's okay to share your experiences." I think it's such a needed show.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
as far as like experiences, when we as individuals go through something, we've healed from it or almost healed from it. A lot of times, psychologically speaking, these individuals need to know they're not alone,
Yes.
because
Right.
that's the biggest thing. When you have the anxiety or the self-doubt, or you've been through a trauma or attacked or whatever it is, you need to know you're not alone. That's the biggest thing. That's why sharing your personal
Right.
experiences on top of your knowledge is extremely helpful. It's the same thing whether in love or the new show that we seem to be talking about. It really is.
I love the idea. I
Yeah.
love it.
I
Yeah.
think it would be a good move, and I agree. Um, Something you just said struck a chord in me, and I can't remember what it was now. That's crazy as hell. Just went whoop whoop out. I was like, damn.
Well, like my
Yeah,
coffee cup.
swivel away.
Yeah. uh,
But see, we've got eclipse season coming up too, which is that's a really, you feel eclipse season about 30 days out. It's probably what Keith and I will talk about, but I'll ask Keith if that's okay, because
Yeah.
you'll start to feel this like now. Our first eclipse is in Libra October 14th. Well, we have one in April.
Right.
That's when we lose a lot of people
oh
to
yeah.
death or relationships endings.
Look, we've seen that. We have
And
seen that. Yeah.
it would be wonderful to, yes, he's so funny. But because that's coming, so people are going to start to feel that energy, and
Yeah.
it's like full moons and on steroids. So
Mhm.
we get prepared for that.
Yeah.
So with that, with the last 5 minutes in the show, how does, and I'll make sure I put this correctly, astrology lines up your love life? How does that connect with the psychological point of view?
Well, I think number one, the main thing with astrology is like with our synastry charts, and Sandra's right, it does clear out the clutter, but it also can really take you for a roller coaster ride. And
Mhm.
but when you learn what your partner, everybody has their strengths and their, of course, weaknesses. But when you learn that, let's say, for example, a Leo has certain characteristics, that some of these characteristics are so embedded, it's hard for them to change. You either
That's what it
like,
was.
people don't change. And so you've got to know that, okay, a Leo does this. When a Leo, here I am, I'm a Capricorn, and I kind of am introverted. That's what a Capricorn would think. And they're dating a Leo, and a Leo walks in and takes the spotlight immediately. You've got to learn what your partner's strengths and weaknesses are. Then you
Yeah.
can understand them better, because a lot of times they're not aware of what they do. It's just them. It's them. So
Yeah. I
that's the
agree.
key with astrology, is learning look at their weaknesses, look at their strengths, and then you can say, well, God, that's why they do that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. No
See,
wonder
that's
it
the
answers.
awesome thing about astrology. It
Yeah.
really is. As far as numerology, it's more of a fixed. It's more fixed than
Yeah.
it is for astrology. Astrology, I find, changes what happens because planets moved. But
Right.
when you're dealing with your names or your date of birth, that's fixed. That doesn't
Mhm.
change.
It
So
is fixed.
yeah. So
Right.
what I was looking up is I was looking up like love type. Okay. So your love style is basically what I was looking up. and then it's a certain way you add it up. So I added up a number of somebody, and he's a 6, and the number 6 is actually about love, home, family. Number 6, individuals dislike discord. They work hard to keep the peace. At best, they are devoted and stable partners who do whatever they can to maintain the balance and the harmony. Sadly, they can become bitter when a relationship in which they invested a lot of time in goes wrong. 6's natural matches are 3, 6, and 9. So that gives you like a slight insight. It's like, okay, I get that. Now, how do I continue from there? And that's when, to me, astrology kicks in.
Well, 3, 6, and 9 is the 3 going to 6 and
Yeah.
goes into 9.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's another division of 3. So it's
Yeah.
really interesting. I want to say this, Gail, if you're interested in getting a love chart done with you and your husband, contact us, reach out to Joni or go through Rift Nation and get the basic information for us, and we can do your love chart right here.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Joni?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime. Anytime.
You're like,
You can't tell I'm working on a case, can you? I'm like, what? Okay.
not at all. I'm like,
Not at all. Not at all. For Monday. I'm bringing in Monday, though. So
where the hell are you?
I know. I'm up in Pennsylvania. Well, see, there's a
Welcome to Love Shack. Get out.
for Monday. You got to be
Oh
careful.
my God, I knew what the spot was.
Be careful in Virginia because an escaped murderer actually stabbed his girlfriend 38 times in front of her 2 children. He has escaped in PA. We are on day 10 of the police up at Longworth. It's in Westchester, PA. He has roots in Virginia. So be on the alert. He's breaking into houses. He's stealing food. Jeez. It's day 10. They've got FBI. They've got state police. They've got Maryland. They've got Delaware. They've got PA. They've got choppers. They cannot find this guy. He keeps eluding them. So be careful if you're up in that area.
Wow.
Especially, and he's got ties in Virginia. So be careful, Virginia.
Actually, Joni, somebody had a good question before we end this and go any further. They're wondering how they get a love chart done if they don't have a partner. Is there a way to help them so they know what to look for in a partner?
Relationship. Oh, hi, Miss Linda. Well, we can look at your regular transit chart. We'll look and see what the planets are doing around your 5th house or your 7th house. We can do that, Linda, if you want on a show.
We did it for Keith. I mean, we could definitely do it. It might help you, guide you, find someone that you're meant to be with.
They need to catch
Linda,
that guy.
We can
Yeah,
do
they
that.
do need to catch that guy. That's awesome.
Linda, watch Monday because I've never used forensic astrology to see if we could catch somebody. That's why I haven't sent anything to anybody because we've never done it where somebody's moving. But the astrology is matching everywhere they see him.
Have a great weekend, Gail.
So
absolutely have a great weekend.
But Linda, send your info. I have your info, Linda, I think. We can look at it. We could certainly look at it would be your 7th house transit, your 5th house transits. What's going on?
Right.
And, there are some transits with outer planets that last that long. Maybe it's a 10-year. Oh, crap. What's going on?
Yeah, right. Next Saturday.
What's coming up next? It would be Howie and the Orion effect first.
Yep. And Rhonda.
And
Miss Rhonda.
That's right. Yeah. And we'll be speaking with Tracy Ayers. Oh, Christy Ayers.
Christy.
Yeah, Christy Ayers. The hell did you keep doing Tracy Ayers for? Oh, I know why now. It finally hit me. Okay, now I get it. Christy Ayers, the Paragypsy.
Ooh, Paragypsy, Christy.
Yeah.
Christy.
That sounds interesting. And then we have Miss Joni, And I think Keith this week too.
Yes. So we'll be
Yes.
doing the escaped PA guy if he hasn't caught by then. But I'm still going to show. It's really interesting to show how he escaped. He actually crab clawed up a wall. He's
Wow.
5 foot tall.
Wow.
5 foot tall, like 120 pounds. What?
Damn.
And he's hiding in the cornfields.
Wow.
And he's dangerous. He's very dangerous.
Damn.
And then we'll talk about eclipses Monday night if that's okay with Keith. Keith said yes.
Yeah. I think he said yes.
Yes.
So that's the Orion effect. Then we have mysteries behind the scenes, and then the Otter's Den.
Right.
And then on a Raven's flock or whatever, the flying birds, we're gonna do chakras.
Oh, cool.
I haven't done chakras in a while. I have some Tibetan bowls and some of the crystal bowls. So you'll be hearing a variety of sounds. I've already recorded them, and a lot of information on how to get your chakras back into alignment and balance. It's very important because if your chakras are out of balance, guys, it means that your aura field has dark spots and pinches in them because it has to go through your aura field in order to get to your chakras. Okay, so there'll be some useful information there. Let's see, Mystic Mayhem is the first Tuesday of every month. Every other week is the Crazy Cat Lady. She's every other week. So that'll be fun. Crazy Cat Lady poetry. And I know we have more shows coming, right? Yeah. Do we?
We need to talk.
We're Normal Outlaws.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Paranormal Outlaws once a month, right?
That's right. The first Saturday of every month, 9 o'clock p.m.
Coffee cup giveaway.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna restart that.
Oh, okay.
The first run, nobody even attempted to try, and I'm like, why are you giving up a chance to get your own free Traveler's Cup instead of paying $12.99 for it? Nobody tried, so we'll make a new thing and we'll try it again.
There we go.
Yeah. So come on, you guys, it's out there. And T-shirts are coming too, so that's we'll be able to give you a link.
I want a T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm all about that too. And we've got a couple other things in the works for promo. So as this network grows, so will we, and so are what we're doing. Jill.
Yep. Okay, what are we doing? I can't do that. I kind of look like one of those bobbleheads.
Bobblehead Raven.
Yes. Oh, I gotta find one of those.
One who flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Bobblehead Raven.
Welcome to the world. All right, boss. We ready to do this for tonight?
Yes. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yes. I'm off to the Apple Peach Festival.
Oh, you're fun.
There you go.
Yes. Nice Macintosh apples. Nice Macintosh apples coming. Yeah. So me, I ending.
You ending.
I ending. All right, guys.
The one thing about us is you never know what we'll do next.
No, you don't.
Have a great weekend, kids.
Yeah. Bye.